Okay, we're going to officially go live. Welcome to the O Show, everything crypto and NFTs every day. I'm live. We're live on YouTube. We're live on TikTok. Sweetheart, the reason why you didn't see me on YouTube is because we just went live now. I'm not moving to Dubai anytime soon. But today we are going to be talking about FTX. Apparently SBF is dumping Bitcoin from jail. That's what some people are saying. I don't know, but we're going to definitely get into it. Also, too, there's quite a few interesting pieces of news. Kind of a slow day because the market is We do have a poll at the top here. Shout out to Luxembourg. Do you think this dump is related to the upcoming sale of FTX assets? I don't think so necessarily. And I put this poll at the top on YouTube, so go ahead and participate there. We currently have 56 of you beautiful people, only 32 likes. We should have at least 69 likes because that makes sense. But we're going to talk about the whole FTX thing. And do I think that this dump has to do with the XTX? Kind of. But again, you guys, we're still in a bear market. He busted a quan move with the ledger, maybe put it up his you know what? But it kind of depends. Like, we're still in this bear market. A lot of people don't think that we're in a bear market. This bear market is also lasting longer than some of the other historic ones. But at the same time, we've had two big pumps in this market. And I started live streaming on TikTok a little bit earlier because I wasn't quite ready to live stream on Twitter. On YouTube, because my mind is just all over the place because I make stupid decisions in my personal life. That's what I do. I am the queen of making stupid decisions, being emotional. Good morning to Adrian. Adrian is my bestie. Shout out to John, to Mike. 69 likes. Let's get it. No lube. Yeah, no lube. You better smash the like with no lube. Raw and hard, man. Come on. I make stupid choices in my personal life. Why? Because I do. I'm just tired though. Okay. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, we've had two epic pumps with this run, okay? Two epic pumps. We had one Monday the 5th, April 2021, pumped to 65,000. November 2021, 69,000. We didn't get these pumps. Like, if you go back and you look at the chart, and again, TikTok's not gonna be able to see it, but YouTube could see it. If you take a look at what we saw in 2017, these two pumps that we had, 64,000 and 69,000, were actually, let's go ahead and get the measure tool. We're actually, is that right? About 217 days away from each other. We didn't get a pump like that in 2017. We didn't get a pump like that in 2017, any way, shape, or form. All that we got that move up to like $20,000 and then straight down from there. Okay. So this bear market is a lot different than what we saw in 2017, 2018, 2019. And we really didn't start getting super bullish until about 2020, August of 2020. That's when we didn't get bullish. So a lot of people are kind of confused with the market. And again, I'm kind of confused too. But again, not every single cycle is the same. But right now, until there's no more Bitcoins to mine, I didn't have anything for breakfast. But until there's no more Bitcoins to mine, we're going to see 4-year cycles, in my personal opinion. I just think we are. It's kind of historic as what we see, just like the stock market or whatever has a little bit of recession every 8 years. Like, those things are kind of standard, but just because you have X doesn't mean you're going to get the same type of X. You might get an uppercase X, you might get a lowercase X. Those types of things matter. Okay. Is FTX a way to sell a lot of coins? Yeah, we're going to talk about the FTX thing, so I highly recommend that you stick around for that. But the markets are, then the whole point of me saying that is that the markets are operating a little bit differently, but there's opportunities to make money. And also another thing that we're seeing that's a little bit different from the last run is that we are not, tomorrow. We're also not seeing the type of capitulation that we saw before. We're really not seeing that. It's a different type of capitulation, and that's okay. Like, we literally saw a 83% drop in 2017 to 2020, 2019, and then this particular drop that we're seeing now, this one was only a 76% drop. So it's a little bit different. Can we move down and see that $10,000 area? Yeah, of course we can. Are we going to? I have no idea. One of the reasons why I don't think we necessarily will is because we have a lot of this institutional interest that's coming in. Okay. Institutional interest that's coming in. So I don't know. The markets are different, but there's a lot of opportunities to make money. Thank you for the hearts. There's a lot of people like on Friendtech they're making a lot of money. There's a lot of people that are able to actually trade and they're able to short the market and make money. There's people that are swing trading that are doing well. We still have some type of NFTs that you can do well with. We have meme coin season that happens here, it happens there, it happens everywhere in between. And if you're early to those, you can make money. However, one of the things that people don't realize is that bear markets are protect your capital markets. Oh, thank you so much. That's cute. But bear markets are protect your capital markets. And what does that mean? That basically means that you are here to make money as ethically as possible. But at the same time, you plenty of room to make money on fraud too. Well, yeah, for people that are doing fraud, that's absolutely terrible. We don't condone any type of fraud. We don't condone pumping and dumping. We don't condone really breaking the law, even though I think that a lot of the laws are outdated and kind of ridiculous. And I think most of us are mature and responsible enough that we don't need any laws. But at the same time, I understand why we do need some sort of laws and regulations. Why do we need some sort of laws and regulations? Because a lot of people cry and complain. There's a lot of immature people. And why do we have immature people, especially in America? Part of the reason why is the way our country is set up is that we have to rely on government. They have completely pushed us. Shout out to Antonio. Shout out to Brazil. They have really kind of pushed us to rely on government for intervention. We're seeing this with our kids. We're seeing this in our schools. We're seeing this in our personal homes. We're seeing this with our food, our medication, whatever it may be. We are being forced to ask for government intervention because we're so used to it. It's become a societal norm. Now, with that being said, there's bad actors. There's always going to be bad actors, but there's bad actors everywhere all the time. And it's what your mind is focusing on. Whether it depends what you're paying attention to. If you're sitting and you are paying attention, try the NPC trend. I've done it before. If you're sitting and paying attention to a lot of the negative aspects, like the people that are pumping and dumping stuff, fraudulent crypto exchanges as well, there's always been fraudulent crypto exchanges. There's always been people doing shady stuff behind the scenes. You guys should really look into the banking industry and see what they do there. If you think crypto exchanges are bad, take a look at the banks. It's so crazy to me because you would think that the banks have your best interest, right? Because we're literally forced. Crown, thank you for the crowns. But you really we're forced to use banks, and that the fact that you're forced to use a bank to hold your money, that's ridiculous. I personally believe that having access to your money is a basic human right. Why is it a basic human right? The reason why it's a basic human right is because if you don't have access to money, you don't have access to food. You don't have access to shelter. You don't have access to clothing. You don't have access to things to take care of your family, to the bare minimum. So I don't know. People love banks. They love to say, well, look at the banking industry. That's safe. It's not safe. It's not. Your funds are only covered up to $250,000 for FDIC. But is that really enough for the average American? Yes. Yes, it is. Because they forced you to operate on debt. And they've encouraged that as a societal norm. But for a business, no. And for some other individuals, no. And that's not okay. I think that there is a wealth gap, and I think that does cause a lot of issues in America. But at the same time, I feel like we focus so much on what the wealthy are doing instead of we focus on what the wealthy have and what we don't have. Instead of doing that, we should focus on how to become wealthy, how to take advantage of the same tax loopholes as the lucky, how to take advantage of a lot of these things available to you. Okay. And I know that it's hard to do because I get stuck in a negative mindset. I'm one of those people who gets stuck in a negative mindset. I just go crazy because I'm out of my mind half the time. And part of the reason is how I grew up and the trauma and growing up poor and stuff. So I used to have a negative mindset for a long time. So one of the things I used to do is I used to look at other people. Well, they have this and I don't. Well, you're getting this treatment and I don't. And I'm still guilty of doing that. I'm currently getting help for that type of stuff. I do group therapy and all those things, and it's help. I do manifestations. I do positive thinking. I read. I try to showcase being grateful to the universe, all kinds of stuff, anything that helps. And again, just as long as you're not harming anybody, I'm okay with doing whatever you got to do to get your mind right. Because a lot of us come from some craziness. Okay. So moral of the story is instead of focusing on what others have and you don't, it's hard. And this is the hardest part too. This is the hardest part. Focus on yourself and focus on how to obtain these goals. It's hard. It's really, really hard because I always want to be like, well, he has this. Well, I treated you this way, so you should treat me this way. And I have a problem with expectations because for example, in my personal life, I love super, super hard, but I don't get a lot of that back because of just who I am. And so I focus on that a lot and I get disappointed a lot. I let my expectation, I get expectations for things. So that hurts too. But the reason why I'm talking about this is because instead of focusing on what the rich have, we need to focus on how we can get to that status. What are they doing? Did they loan money? Did they borrow money? Are they using this loophole? Did they do this? Did they start an LLC? How do we do those things? So I feel like it's very important to get rid of this toxic mindset, especially in America. We have this toxic mindset because a lot of immigrants, they don't have that. A lot of people that come to America, And that's why you see all the TikTok videos, people joke, oh, my immigrant parents, my grandparents, blah, blah, blah. Those generations of people were completely different. Their minds operated different. Like in my family, old school Italian, Sicilian, no excuses. You get up and you go to work. Oh, depression? Okay, you got depression. That's cool, but you still need to get up and go to work. You go to school. My mom made us go to school. My father passed away on Christmas Eve when I was 11 years old. And it was during Christmas break. She made us go back to school right when school started. There were no breaks. If I had a meltdown because I was upset about my dad, no breaks. If I got bullied on in school and picked on, I couldn't miss the next day. No breaks. There was no excuses ever. And that's a lot of it. That's immigrant mindset, because in America, we're like, oh, are you feeling okay? Which is important. It's important to have a healthy distribution of rationalizing your feelings and making sure that you're doing okay and figuring out how that works. But at the same time, we make so many excuses. I don't want to stream today. At all. I don't want to be here today. I want to be in bed crying. That's where I want to be. But am I doing that? No. Why? Because I have a job. This is my job. My job is to be here. My job is to talk to you guys. My job is to continue to educate myself. Part of the reason why I do this channel is because it forces me to watch the news, or to read and to research and do different things. And if I didn't do this channel every single day, I would have no idea. I would have no idea what this crypto stuff is, because this is really the only way that my personality works. So it works for me. But again, I'm tired. Plus, I have a daughter to take care of. I have a family to support. I've got a mortgage. I've got bills, all those types of things. Top picks for the upcoming bull market. Bitcoin would be a great. No, this is the real Wendy. If you guys want to find out what... Oh, thank you so much, EK. But if you guys want to find out my official socials, you can go to my website, which is linked at the top, CryptoWendyO.com, and that'll give you all my official socials, okay? All my official socials. But yeah, so basically the moral of the story is I don't want to get up. I didn't want to be here today, but this is my job and I have to. I got to show up. Got to show up. Why? Because it's the world. I used to troll you, but you're a dope woman. Good luck to you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Wendy, are you familiar with L1X blockchain? No, I don't. No, I'm not. What? Anyways, we're going to get straight into it because I've been rambling for so long. We have 274 concurrent viewers, 127 likes. We should have 269 likes. Why? Shout out to CryptoFace. CryptoFace is the big homie. Let me tell you guys something about CryptoFace over here, okay? Let me tell you guys something about CryptoFace. He created Market Cypher. Market Cypher is an outstanding indicator. In addition to that, this guy live trades sometimes multi-million-dollar positions. Multi-million-dollar positions. I don't know who else does that. I don't know any other trader that's more transparent than that. I really, really don't. And on top of it, he's just a good person, just a nice person. Like, wholeheartedly good person. Like, he rocks with his friends, rocks with his family, rocks with his girl, rocks with his community, like is always happy to help anybody. And that's admirable. And it's nice because we don't have a lot of people like that, especially in the content creator space. Like, everybody's always gunning for each other. The crypto YouTubers are a little bit different. Like, these guys are awesome, but CryptoFace is the big homie, big homie. I could probably call him at any time, be upset about something, and he'd be like, oh, are you okay? What can we do to fix it? Good person. We also have 274 concurrent viewers, only 144 likes. We need at least 269 likes, okay? And if you guys want to support CryptoFace, we have the ref link down below for Market Cypher. You guys can go ahead and check that out. It's a great indicator, and it does help a lot. It really, really does. One of the ways I like to use it is I do like to kind of use it to confirm bias. So like, let's say, like, one of the things I do, and you guys know what I do is when we take a, and I promise we're going to get in the news. When I'm taking a look at the charts or I'm getting ready to make a move with trading, I like to do the naked charts. Now, why do I like to do the naked charts? Because you want to remove all the noise. Really, that's what you want to do, is you want to remove all of the noise. Okay. Why do we do that? Because look how messy this is. Look at all these lines. Remember I told y'all we were going to retest the $25,000? We did. So we're going to go ahead and remove all the drawings. We're going to go ahead and remove all of the indicators. And we are going to go ahead and get rid of those down there, okay? This is what your chart looks like, okay? So I can completely chart something out. But again, I might be like, oh my God, is this bullish or bearish? Like sometimes, especially when we're ranging, like, okay, right now, for example, this was a range to me. This is part of the range that I was looking at, okay? Basic support and resistance area, 26.5 between approximately 25.3, okay? That's what I was looking at. And we just dumped. We broke below. So that's a clear, and I had talked about that. However, when you're just looking kind of at a range, sometimes you don't know if you're going to go up or down, because look at this price action, especially on the 4 hour, you don't know. But the cool thing about Market Cypher is you look at Market Cypher and it's pretty easy to tell what's going on. Look at this, indicated that we were going to go down. So if you use Market Cypher, you probably shorted and you probably made money. So again, that's a pretty easy way to use the indicator. It gets a lot more technical than that, etc. And it's not the end all be all, but it does help. It does help confirm bias. It really, really does. So it's a great tool. But anyways, we are going to get hola chola. We have 280 of you, only 169 likes. We need 269 likes. Yeah, we do. All right. Now, with that being said, let's get back into the news. Wendy's done early. Why are you showing your screen on YouTube? I want you guys to go subscribe over there. I don't trade options, but we're going to be opening a group soon. And we'll be talking about that. I'm going to have some guys in there to teach you guys how to trade options. All right. So taking a look at the current market, this is what the current market looks like. Horrible. Horrible. Again, it's a bear market though. This is an opportunity to short. And if you didn't short and you weren't using my Ftx ref link, I don't know what to tell you. You should have been. Why? Because. And again, not everybody is a trader. And again, we encourage you to do whatever works for you on this channel. In addition to that, we're going to go ahead and put the Ftx ref link there. We have officially partnered with them. I make money with their ref link. Yes, etc. But also with that too, is that you can use that type of exchange to buy your crypto and then you move it to cold storage. Okay. Now, taking a look at Bitcoin. Okay. This is what we're seeing. Bitcoin just dropped. We just broke below $25,300. Okay. You know, it's bad when you make money on puts and calls in the same day. Well, good. But you know, if you're making money, I'm happy for you. That rocks. I love to see my audience and my community make as much money as ethically as possible. It makes me really happy for you. It really, really does. I love to see other people win. All right. This is what we're seeing now. MACD looks like she's going to bear cross and head down. So right now, I'm looking for a move down to about 24.8. That's what I'm looking at. 24.8. 24.8. That's what I'm looking at. Okay. That's what I am looking at. 24.8. If we do break below that and we do hit this area over here at about 24,000, then you should be a little bit concerned. Okay. So this is what I'm seeing here with the market. Now, when we take a look at XRP is getting in pretty dangerous territory. And again, I didn't buy at all. I will start looking to buy when we get down to about 41 cents. Okay. I know. I'm sorry that the friend requests pop up like crazy. Wendy, go give that punching bag. I can't because it's who do I use for my crypto taxes? So I'm actually going to be posting a video about who I use for my crypto taxes. He charges a little bit of money, but he's amazing. And I'll be posting a video and you guys can go ahead and use him. And hopefully he'll do my taxes for free because I pay him a lot of money. But good guy. So I'll be posting that. Also too, taxes are a scam and the Fed, but we pay our crypto taxes. Yeah, I'll be doing a video. We actually did a compilation together. I'm going to be posting it this week about the new gap requirements for accounting and Michael Saylor and Bitcoin and all of those things for fair market value. But he had to explain it as I'm not a CPA. That's one thing about me in this channel is we always get experts to come on to explain things I can't. That you can take this advice from. Okay. Anyways, what I'm seeing with XRP is I'm probably going to buy at least $10,000 worth at XRP, but I want to wait. I want to get it down over here about 29 cents. I do. Why? Because I think I can make money with it later. But XRP is going to continue to do well. It's going to continue to thrive. I'm very excited for the community. I'm very grateful to Ripple for going head to head with the SEC and battling. Adrian said, we're going to fill the futures gap, it seems, on Bitcoin. Okay. Are we still early or is that malarkey these days? You are still early. You are still early. Can you do a video on how to use burner phone for crypto storage? Yeah. The easiest thing to do, I'm going to tell y'all right now. We have 334 likes, only 300. We have 350 viewers and only 195 likes. We need 300. So I'm going to tell y'all, really easy to do a burner phone because I'm not going to make a video on it. Nobody's going to watch it. And it sucks because I have to make content people watch. Go to the store, buy an older iPhone or an old Android, wipe it completely, create an email address that is not related to you in any way, shape, or form. Let's just say Chad12345, and your name is Henry. Create that email address. Have that email address and password and all that type of stuff on an old laptop that you don't use. Make it not affiliated with you, and that's your ID for this phone. And then what you do is you can put a crypto wallet on here. You can use a MetaMask or a Trust wallet. Preferably those aren't good, but you know, those are hot wallets, but at the same time, you can use that. Keep the phone turned off. And that would be your cold storage. For 2FA, same thing. Have a phone that's completely wiped. Use different email accounts for everything. If you're not using a different email account for everything, ridiculous. I don't want to say you deserve to lose your money, but it's not looking good for you, okay? But I have a phone for 2FA. I've got a regular phone. I've got a phone for live streaming. I got all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. That's what you should do too. Very easy to set up a burner phone. I'm from the streets. So if you're from the streets, you know how to do it. Ledger works just fine. It does. It's okay. Paper wallets are safer. Anyways, but back to XRP. XRP is probably going to do well. Yeah, I know. I have to eat chicken today because I'm fat. But yeah, that's basically what you do. Just think that you're from the streets. Just think that you're from the mud. All right, let's get into the news because I'm rambling. All right. Okay. Now, this story here. This is from Coinbase. The SEC is set to testify on Tuesday. Here are the facts. Regulatory and legislation have certainly puts 4 million jobs at risk. Ooh, this is a good video. This is a great graphic over here. Good for Coinbase. Let's read this. Okay. So the U.S. is at risk of losing 1 million developer jobs and 3 million related non-technical jobs over the next 7 years as Web3 development increasingly move overseas. The U.S. share of global Web3 development has already dropped 40 to 29% in the last 5 years, fueled by uncertainty of regulation enforcement approach in the U.S. On average, the U.S. is losing almost 2% of all Web3 developers share a year. That means high-quality, good-paying jobs are leaving the U.S. to innovate in locations with better conditions like clear regulation or commitment to a technological leadership. This right here, this sucks. This sucks. Developed talent is leaving America. And this is why it's so sad, is we used to recruit the best doctors, the best engineers, the best in mathematics, the best in all of these different STEM subjects. But now we're pushing STEM away. And y'all wonder why Americans are stupid. Y'all wonder why we're fat and lazy. Too much government overreach. Too much government overreach, and you can't tell me otherwise. We have got hundreds of thousands of millions of gazillions of laws. And they keep adding more and more and more and more and more. We have so much red tape, you can't even walk. So much red tape, you can't even walk. But it's okay. You know, this is what you guys want. This is what we vote in. This is what we've came to comply with. But these statistics don't lie here. And this is sad. This is really, really sad. They were pushing developers and people in Web3 out of the United States of America so they can go build elsewhere. Is what it is. Now, let's talk about the current state of crypto. Okay. The current state, FTX dumping on the market, which we'll discuss. Crypto Twitter interfighting like madmen. Somebody got caught dumping tokens. And the funny thing about that is that same project reached out to us and we were like, no, we told them no. I don't know if you guys know, but we could actually make a lot of money on this channel, a lot of money, but we say no to a lot of stuff. We really, really, really do. We really, really, really do. And we've gotten a lot of heat too. And it's just crazy. It's wild. But yeah. So that happened. My hips don't lie either. 350 of you, only 238 likes. We need 369 likes. But yeah, let's finish talking about whatever's happening. Anyways, Ripple acquires maxi custody platform Fortress, which is funny. We're going to talk about those too. Crypto is way too sketchy these days. It's not. It's not. You're just lazy. It's not sketchy. You just invest in the wrong stuff. And you're not doing your due diligence. Bitcoin is in $1,000 range of hell. NFT capitulation. Web3 is a ghost town. That's because Web3 doesn't exist. And digital currency and sister companies are being investigated, I think, by the FBI. No, it's true. I'm not going to lie to you guys. This is the thing. Just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I'm going to be like, oh, I'm going to coddle you. No, I'm going to be very, very much honest with you. If you are not like, this is the thing. What do we do in a bear market? What do we do in a bear market? In a bear market, it is called protect your capital season. What does that mean? That means sometimes no action is an action. That means you don't take a trade. That means you don't take a trade. And I'm going to be honest with you. Yeah, go ahead, be honest with me. Can you explain the burner phone again? I just did. Get a phone that's never been used. An older one. Use an email address that's not associated to you in any way, shape, or form. You should have a million different email addresses if you're in crypto. Set it up. Have one for 2FA, turn it off, put it away. Have one for MetaMask Trust Wallet if you can't afford cold storage and you don't know how to use a paper wallet. Put another email for that one if you need it. Put it aside. You want to trade crypto on your phone? Great. Get another burner phone for that. I've got like 17 phones and I use a Fani. Anyways, let's take a look. Finish this. But yeah, let's talk about FTX now. FTX sues Layer 0 Labs to recover $86 million transferred on eve of bankruptcy. Love these bankruptcy stories. Let's go through them. We're going to see all the sketchy stuff they're doing over there. Okay. All right. So the lawsuit focuses on a deal made by Caroline Ellison with Layer 0 on November 7th of 2022. That was 4 days before FTX filed for bankruptcy. There's something called clawbacks. So if you're somebody that removed funds or was paid by a company that that became bankrupt, they could claw that back. That's what happened with Celsius, and that's why it's such a big deal. I don't like clawbacks. Maybe for people that were actually doing fraud, yes, claw them back. But everybody else that didn't know, I think it's wrong. It's very, very wrong. The lawsuit focuses on the deal made by Caroline Ellison with Layer 0. She's the one that took over for Sam Trabucco. We still don't know where Sam Trabucco is. I don't know why he's not in trouble at all. Alameda agreed to sell back 5% of its equity stake in Layer 0, worth approximately $150 million at Layer 0's current valuation, in exchange for Layer 0 giving $45 million loan and had extended to Alameda. Lawsuit argues at the time of the transfers, FTX was already insolvent. Guess what? That sucks that FTX was already insolvent, but unless Layer 0 knew, they shouldn't have to pay it back. That sounds really terrible, really sad, very harsh, but at the same time, the law is taking advantage of way too many people. This whole clawback thing is out of control. It really, really is. They argue that the deal constitutes fraud under the bankruptcy code and should be reversed for the benefit of the bankruptcy estate. Yeah, this is my problem with the benefit of the bankruptcy estate. We're going to cover a Celsius story also. The problem with the benefit of the bankruptcy estate is that they spend so much money in legal fees. It's not even going to the actual estate or to the customers or the people that were hurt. It is going to attorneys. It is going to attorneys. And it's frustrating. Very, very frustrating because the creditors, we're not going to see any of this money back. Lawsuit also seeks to claw back withdrawals from FTX.com and FTX US made by Layer 0 and the former CEO in the 90 days before the collapse. Unless there was fraud done, they shouldn't. FTX ceased to reverse payments made to Shaq, Naomi Osaka, and Miami Heat. This is a bunch of BS too. Honestly, why mess with crypto when you could just trade SPY on brokerage? What's the advantage? Then go do that. Go do that. I like trading crypto because I like to trade 24/7, 365. I like to actually own my money and I don't like to pay insane fees to brokerage people. I also do not like to trade on a very heavily manipulated market. Is crypto manipulated? Probably. But stocks and the SPX or whatever the hell you're talking about, that's even more manipulated. Because all the laws and regulations are put in to help the rich people. Okay? Unless you're born, most of you were born poor, so you're not an accredited investor. Anyways, let's check my YouTube chat. See what you beautiful people are doing. We have 350 of you, 269 likes. Yes, but we also do need 369 likes. All right. Teenage crypto hacker to return 5.2 million and forfeited sports car from 2016 hacks from SimSwap. Yike. He pled guilty to 11 counts of wire fraud, identity theft, computer hacking. Ooh, boy. So in that particular case, you guys should be taking a look at Fani. Why should you use a Fani? Because I use a Fani. Thank you so much to some dude for the $2.99 super chat. I appreciate you. I just bought a Fani. I paid $1,000 and it was the best decision of my life. I can actually sleep at night knowing that my Twitter and I will not get hacked. Okay, so you guys can go ahead and use a Fani. I like a Fani. It's great. It's fantastic. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at more news. All right, so FTX seeks to reverse payments made to Shaq, Naomi Osaka, and Miami Heat. Okay, let's read a little bit about this. Why are they doing that? See if it makes sense. All right. A filing shows they're trying to find out if they're under rules allowing bankrupt companies to reverse payments. That's called clawbacks. List includes $750,000 to former basketball pro Shaquille, $30,000 to Naomi, $270,000 to David Ortiz, and $200,000 to American football quarterback Trevor Lawrence. Also includes around $420,000 made to pro basketball team Golden State Warriors and over $250,000 to Miami Heat. If it was done in the 90-day period, it's up for it. If it wasn't done, they shouldn't be able to claw that back, and I don't like clawbacks. Unless these people knew FTX were insolvent, they shouldn't claw it back. They really shouldn't. Because again, yeah, heck yeah, I had a ref link for FTX. Everybody did. They were one of the largest exchanges. Everybody used FTX and FTX US and Blockfolio. Everybody did. Everybody did. Everybody uses Coinbase. What are you going to do when Coinbase becomes insolvent? Cry about it? Cry harder. Everybody used FTX. A lot of people don't want to admit this about FTX, but FTX had the best services, the best products and services on the market. And a lot of thing that a lot of people don't understand is that, and again, I'm going to get flack for saying this, which is fine. I use Binance US. Everybody, like, you have to use whatever's on the market, okay? And now Binance is currently being investigated, okay? I didn't promote a Binance US. It just happens. Like, it literally, you don't know. You don't know. Not much chance of Coinbase going insolvent. That's what people said about FTX too. That's literally what people said about FTX. FTX will never go insolvent. I know guys that had so much money on the exchange that lost hard, that had no idea. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. I know lots of fake accounts. But that's the thing. People like to blame people. But the thing about FTX is they had really great products and services. And then unfortunately, there's a lot of different things happening. I had 1.3 million FTX. I apologize. That sucks. I don't understand enough to invest big money, but I'm trying to learn. I'm using Femex right now, but leave the terms of services. Always read the terms of services. But yeah, people get crazy. We have 360 concurrent viewers. Has FTX even sold anything yet? Verified on September 13, they will. Bluff cheeks. All right, let's go ahead. The vicious cycle. No, we're just get lazy and complacent. People are funny though. Y'all are ghetto. Some of you guys are just so ghetto. It's so funny. The way that we love to place blame without taking any personal accountability. And this is why crypto's in the position that we're in. Is it wrong to trust Brian Armstrong? You shouldn't trust anyone. You shouldn't trust me. All right, next story. SBF lawyers fired another court motion seeking early release for their client, citing poor internet connection has become a hindrance in defense preparations. They have requested for a pre-trial release for the second time in the past 7 days. In a court filing from September 8th, they cited again a lack of adequate internet speed in the jail. They argued that poor internet connection is affecting their defense prep. Latest filing came from the judge denied SBF's request for immediate release from jail on September 6th. The judge then referred the motion to separate 3-judge panel for review. So basically FTX wants to, or Sam from FTX wants to get out of jail because those attorneys can't properly pair for him. But honestly, guys, at the end of the day, it's like giving somebody who committed a pew-pew. That's what it is. I don't know. I'm just so over talking about like the FTX. I really am. All right. So this is from Crypto Rover. I don't trust this account very much. But anyways, apparently this is an updated asset report and it shows that, the below includes FTX US, and Alameda digital assets. Top 10 holding currently is represented. Approximately 72% of digital asset market value. The most is Solana, $1.162 billion or $1 million. Or maybe this is I think this is 1 billion. But these are all the coins that they have. So Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Aptos, USDT, XRP, BIT, STG, Wrapped Bitcoin, Wrapped Ethereum. These are all the coins that they have. So apparently this is supposed to drop on the 13th, which is going to be Wednesday. So how is that going to work? Let's talk a little bit about the process here, because there's different ways to go ahead and get rid of assets. And that's important to note. Let me read the notes here. Okay. So generally how I would assume that they would be selling on Coinbase. This is where but I think it's going to be one of Coinbase's like institutional products, so it shouldn't impact the market. And it'll probably be done kind of like OTC. However, when we're in a bear market, we're already in a downtrend. There's going to be a lot of FUD, and a lot of people are going to freak out and just start dumping their bags, or people are going to start using leverage, or people are going to be doing some of the market manipulation. So there's a lot of different things that can happen. A lot of different things can happen. So with that being said, if you hold any of these crypto assets, put that in your trading and investing journal. Okay? Put it in your trading and investing journal. If you hold Solana, you probably want to take a look at that. Okay? You probably want to say, should I continue holding this? Is this good or not? Is this good or not? Now, taking a look at Solana, we talked about a drop, and we hit the drop area here at about 17,000, or excuse me, 1770. Okay. I told you guys, I did a live stream on, we did a live stream on Saturday saying, be cautious, Solana could dump. But what happened? We dumped. So I don't know. I honestly see that we could potentially head down to about 1573. But again, I don't know 100% for sure. So be cautious there. Okay. This story is stupid. This is just shows how degenerate the crypto industry is. VGX token surges on fake BlackRock Voyager acquisition news. This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Okay. Dumbest thing I've heard in my life. False reports claiming BlackRock acquired insolvent crypto lender Voyager Digital led to a surge in VGX. The deceptive information was projected via various media outlets, including Associated Press, on September 9th. After the news was exposed, false VGX experienced a sharp 15% decline in its value during the last 24 hours. So the fact that people didn't know that Voyager is done, nobody acquired it, they literally liquidated, and they gave you like 60 or 30% or whatever the heck back of your crypto assets. This is absolutely ridiculous. And this is another example of not doing your due diligence and just randomly doing things. That's what it is. That's the example. Imagine not doing due diligence. Imagine not doing any due diligence any way, shape, or form. Imagine not doing any due diligence in any way, shape, or form and aping into some garbage like this. And a lot of y'all are going to bag hold this. VGX is pretty much done as far as my knowledge goes. So it's wild. But again, shout out to the people who made money. And I'm sorry that some people bag hold. That sucks. We don't like to do that. So why we talk about making move bags and taking profit. All right. No one feels sorry for SBF, and he deserves everything he gets. A burrito. BlackRock just take off clearly. 407 concurrent viewers, 309 likes. We need 369 likes. Appreciate you. Thank you so much to some dude for the $2.99 super chat. We've got a poll at the top here. Do you think this dump is related to the upcoming sale of FTF asset? 56% said yes, 26% said no, and chickens bah. About to light up the gym sauna. Nice, have fun. Also, I've been putting castor oil on my back and my neck for because I'm super stiff, and it's actually helped a lot. A lot. It feels amazing. And I am going to be doing an Amazon affiliate thing. I'm going to be doing that because I always recommend you guys all these products, and I feel like that would help if some of you guys can see. So I'm going to do that. Because the castor oil is actually helping a lot. Any thoughts about THET and in ING? No, I don't have thoughts about that today. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. All right. Now, get into the next news story. And thank you so much for all of you beautiful people supporting me. All right. Steve Koch-Inos, creditor named to run Celsius 2.0. Executives from WeWork, Lehman Brothers, and minor U.S. Bitcoin will serve on the board of crypto lender successor and 2 members of Celsius own creditor committee. UCC for Celsius creditor committee, absolutely. They caused a lot of problems. They helped waste a lot of money, but happy that they're going to continue to waste more money. So apparently the former CEO of Algorand. Okay. I can see that might actually be good. That might be okay. I don't know though. Might be good. So former CEO of Algorand will become the CEO of the company that will take over Celsius operations. That's an interesting choice. Creditors currently voting on whether to sell the company to Fahrenheit Holdings. The former Algorand CEO is a co-owner of Fahrenheit, the mining company, U.S. Bitcoin and hedge fund Arlington Capital. So that makes sense. Good for him. I don't really want to see anybody on the UCC on board because they've done a very terrible job. They have. Anyways, let's get into the next story. Let's talk about Mr. Brian Armstrong. All right. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, flat coins is the next iteration of stablecoins. What is a flat coin? Okay. All right. The concept was first mentioned by a former Coinbase CTO who noted that if a particular fiat currency inflates, the stablecoins pegged to that currency will also inflate. A flat coin would instead peg its price to an on-chain basket of goods. Armstrong said there are a couple teams working on the new concept. He describes the idea as a better form of money in the crypto space compared to currently available cryptocurrencies and stablecoin. A flat coin would peg its price to an on-chain basket of goods. We've had stuff like that before. What basket of goods? That's what stablecoins do. But maybe this might be more in depth and more detailed than what we're currently seeing with the stablecoins. But I would want to know what type of basket it is. So I don't know. It's an interesting concept, but I want to know how. Like, for example, the US dollar is backed by gold. It's backed by war. It's backed by military. It's backed by, candles. Freaking candles. Supply of candles. I don't know. So it'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out. What are my thoughts on ApeCoin? I have ApeCoin. And I hope it does well. And I hope Bored Ape Yacht Club continues to thrive because I'm invested in it. So I hope it does well. That's not financial advice. Now, that being said, flat coins would be interesting. I would want to see how that works. I would want to be able to directly compare that to a stable coin with the same items that are backing that stable coin and see how that works out. All right. Former PayPal president. We're trying to turn Bitcoin into a global payment network. F you and F PayPal. I don't even want to listen to him because he's just a tool. All right. I can't read this post because this person blocked me. because they block me. Whale Wire blocked me. Anyway, someone paid over $500,000 in Bitcoin fees for a single Bitcoin transaction. I don't know how that happened, but congratulations. All right, this one's juicy. GBTC discount hits smallest since 2021, despite Bitcoin prices at 3-month lows. Bitcoin sits in the shade as GBTC share prices creeps closer to 1-to-1 against Bitcoin price. And as you know, Grayscale, I think, is currently being investigated by the FBI. Grayscale, Digital Currency Group International, and Genesis all linked together. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens with that. I feel like the selling of the assets with FTX and the whole Grayscale investigation, they are like the whole Digital Currency Group investigation thing could bring us to capitulation because it's not done yet. There's going to be a lot more information that comes out. But a lot of people don't want to pay attention to that. Clearly backed by candles. Exactly. We have 409 concurrent viewers, 333 likes. You guys, we need 369. 369. We actually need 420 likes, so smash the like. We have 426 votes. BlackRock, bend me over and take me home. All right, apparently BitBoy Crypto is officially rebranding to Discover Crypto. The whole thing is really weird to me. Whatever. Got friends on both sides. It makes my life hard. France launches a certificate for finfluencers, including crypto. The country has introduced all the countries are essentially companies. The country has introduced a non-obligatory responsible influence certificate for those promoting crypto. Good. That's kind of cool. I don't know. It depends. Apparently over 1,000 French influencers have obtained it. Certificate will now have a course for financial influencers advertising equities, bonds, exchange traded funds, derivatives, and other investment products. I think that might be good. It's called the Responsible Influence Certificate, and its existence since 2021. I don't know. I'm not necessarily opposed to that. I also think that we should be able to have something like that for poor people to invest, to become accredited investors too. I don't think you should just be rich. Okay? That's what I think. But I think it's an interesting concept. I wouldn't mind taking it. This stuff isn't that complicated. Robot dogs and AI plan to retrieve 160 million crypto fortune lost in rubbish dump. Rubbish. All right, so a man who lost 165 million worth of crypto thrown into a landfill by mistake has a new plan to get the hard drive back. He lost it in 2013. City Council has refused to help him search for the device. They have repeatedly refused to allow him access to the site. He now wants to utilize an AI to operate mechanical arm to sort through rubbish. Each piece would then be inspected by hand. He also wants to utilize robot dogs. That's weird. I don't know how that would work, but I hope he does. And shout out to Hotep Jesus. IRS deploys artificial intelligence to catch tax evasion. I guess they're going to be needing more agents. All right, let's talk about this. So apparently the IRS has started to use AI to investigate tax evasion at multi-billion-dollar partnerships, and it looks for a way to better police hedge funds, private equity groups, and real estate investors and law firms. Using some of the $80 billion allocated through last year's Inflation Reduction Act, you know what? This. We're going to reduce inflation by spending $80 billion to the IRS, the people that are already incapable of doing their job, but we're going to give them more money because that's going to help them do their job better. I just can't. I can't. The Anti-Inflation Reduction Act, we're going to spend more money to save money, but we're not really saving money because we're saving it. New funding is supposed to help the IRS raise more federal revenue by cracking down on tax evasion and others who use sophisticated accounting maneuvers to avoid paying what they owe. No, it's just called the loopholes that you a-holes created. That's what it is. Republicans claim that the IRS will use the funding to harass small businesses and middle-class taxpayers. Yes, they will. I agree with the red people there. 100%. Claw back the money from Ukraine. Claw back the money from your mom. Claw back the money from the public servants and claw back the money from the IRS. We're going to keep spending to save. Spending more money to save works in certain scenarios with opportunity cost. We don't have time for opportunity cost here. Okay? 1 + 1 = 69. They are going to come after small businesses, and they are going to come after the middle class. Because if you look at the tax breakdown, the people who are actually paying taxes are the small business and the middle class. The super elites, they don't pay a whole lot because of tax holes that were created. And if you want to really restructure, if you really want to get more tax revenue from these rich people, guess what? I'm half Jewish. I don't appreciate that. Thank you. My father was a proud Jewish man, so thank you. I'm really like, that type of stuff is ridiculous. And you know what's interesting? Like, that whole thing is funny because all the Jews I know, super poor, super, super poor. My grandparents died poor and penniless with nothing. Same with my father. Same with a lot of other people I know. My family, the hardships that we face on that side, oof. But go off, please. Wendy is a socialist and she needs to run for president. No, Wendy's not a socialist. Wendy is actually a very smart woman. Wendy is from the streets, and Wendy wants the best for the people. And all I tell you guys to do. No resemblance. Let's see if there's that the same person that said it. We'll get you out of here. Yeah, we'll get him out of there. Yeah, you know what? Some of you guys are just really gross, and it's just very yucky. Very, very gross. I guess some of you didn't work in healthcare, because when I worked in healthcare, I had to learn to deal with a lot of different diverse people. And yeah, I had to learn to deal with a lot of diverse and different people. And it's different when you do that. It's different when you're caring for somebody's health and you put all of your biases aside. It really, really is. Yeah, Wendy, I'm a socialist, you guys. No, I think that you are all educated and smart enough and brave enough to make good financial decisions for yourself. That's what I really think. That's what I really think. But the problem is that in America, you're taught to beg for help. You're taught to crawl to the public servants on your knees. And unfortunately, the way the IRS is set up is if you want to actually make the rich, the elite, pay their fair share, it needs to be completely restructured. Okay? That's what the problem is. So before you say, we want to pass this law and we want to pass this law and your mom and this and that, guess what? You need to restructure the IRS. I know I'm totally like, it's crazy. Yeah. People say the weirdest stuff on the internet, but it's okay. We need 400 likes, only 370. All right. Elites have offshore companies. Why do they do that? Because it's allowed. Oh, thank you so much, Vic. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, it's allowed. It's allowed to do all these things. So that's why people do it. Because they're allowed to do it. That's why they do it. So if you want people to pay the fair share, you got to rearrange the tax structure. But y'all don't want to do that because then we would actually see our taxpayer dollars go to good work. Okay? But that's okay. That's why I tell you guys to grift as ethically as possible. All right. Apparently, there's some altcoin and macro events. Today, CyberConnect, Arbitrum integration will be complete. ApeCoin, Rift launch date information will be shared. ISP, Ipsblink, devs said they'll make a big announcement. Alan Woods, devs will announce. Gensler will testify before the Senate Banking Committee tomorrow. September 13, Engine Coin blockchain will be launched. Aster, according to devs, is the biggest announcement made by the history of the token. US CPI monthly data will be announced. Expected 0.2%, previous 2.2%. Annual data of US CPI will be released. Expected 3.6%, previous 3.2%. September 14th, Metris reimbursement plan details will be announced by those impacted by the hacked. Eurozone interest rate decision. Expectation is that there will be no interest rate increases. US initial employment claims expected 226,000, previous 216,000. European Central Bank press conference. That's what's happening in the news. Did I miss anything? Yeah. Cool. All right, you guys. That's pretty much it for the day. That's pretty much it. With that being said, I got a couple content pieces I got to make, and I got to figure out some things in my personal life. It's kind of a mess. I'm very tired. I want to lay in bed and cry, but I'm not going to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, set alerts. I've got a really cool video about Ripple that I'm going to post a little bit later, and I got to work on some content pieces for later on this week, but I appreciate you guys. Thank you for rocking with me, and love and light. Bye-bye.